Hey guys, today's video is a little bit different, still art related. It's just I wanted to do partially for my friends because a lot of them, well, a few of them will ask me what's up, but I wanted to do like a joint Cintiq and iPad Pro review, just like a simple one. It's not gonna be like super in depth because I know there's some crazy ones who just go really far and like I don't think mine will go that far. I'm gonna tell you what I wanted to know before I bought these things, and I've had this since. Let me just pull up my. All right. I've had this Cintiq for like a good long time. Like I got it, I think, in 2014. And I love this Cintiq. I don't think I'll ever upgrade. I think this is one of those things I'm just going to use into the ground. I'll just get right into how I made my notes here. So I'll start with the pen and the stand. Oh my god, how am I going to do this? Alright, here we go, the pen and the stand. The pen's really nice and thick. It's easy to hold. I like it. I know some people sometimes go and buy like the thinner one, but I like the thick one that comes with the thing. And it has the two buttons on the side here, as you can see. Oof, I'm sorry if this is like really bad, but you do what you can. It has the two buttons. One's right click and the other's double click, and it has a little eraser on it, which actually works, and it's also pressure sensitive. It comes with a stand. I use the stand. Some people don't. I think you can do this with it too. Yeah, you can do that. But I just use it like this. You know, I stand up my pencil in it. And if you're a freak like me, you like all your things to be insanely organized. And all your nibs, they just go into the stand itself. I've owned 3 tablets in my life, so I have an abundance of nibs. Because I don't, when I sell the tablets, I don't give the nibs away. Well, actually, that's a lie. The first one, my house caught on fire, and the tablet just kind of died in the fire. And the second one I sold to my friend, and she didn't want the nibs, so yeah. The actual Cintiq is not, this isn't a companion. Like, there's Cintiq companions that you can get, but this isn't one of them. This needs to be attached to your computer to work, so it's not like a portable thing like this iPad. It's a good size. This is the 13-inch one, and like you would think that this might be small, but every day I'm thankful that I got the 13-inch one because I don't know what I would do with a 24-inch or whatever the size is for the next one up. This is like all the desk space I have, and it's a lot of desk. Like this is a big desk. There's lead all over my desk. Whatever. This is a big desk, so I don't know what I would do with a bigger one. I mean, you could use one of those Ergotron arms or whatever, but I don't know. It does come with this stand right here that'll like adjust. I only use the lower one, but you can like sit it up however you want, and it's super portable. The surface is perfect to draw on, but you can't see really. Thank God. I mean, I'll attach you can kind of see it. I'll attach a picture, I'll put a picture up on screen, but it's super scuffed. I use this heavily, like a lot, every day, for hours a day, so of course it's gonna get scuffed. You can solve this by just getting a screen protector, but I, for some reason, opted not to, which is kind of dumb because this thing is really expensive. I think it cost me $1,300 at the time that I bought it, so yeah, I got this brand new, so, but it's worth it. I gotta say, it is worth it. The only thing that makes me nervous about the tablet itself is the way the port connects. You just plug it into the side like this, and it's like a nice thick cable, but it's so thick that the actual plug, I feel, would yank out of it really easily if I wasn't so careful with it. I have no problems with it, and it's like heavily used and put away and used and put away, and it's, like I said, it's over 3 years old, so, you know, and it's not broken, it's fine, although I have heard of people breaking them, and like I just feel like this shouldn't be such a liability for such an expensive thing, but hey, it is what it is. There's buttons and a rocker ring on it right here. The button, you can do the like touch or whatever, like it'll make your brush get bigger, or your canvas rotate, and you can push the button in the middle to change the function, and it has these buttons here. But I don't use them. I use a keyboard. That's just how I'm comfortable. Let me see. Anything else? It is super expensive, and I would say that it's worth all the money, because like on a regular tablet, like you're drawing on this and looking at your monitor, but like I got used to it really easily. It was never a problem for me. This was like a luxury, and I gotta say, having an expensive, cool thing like this does add like a lot of motivation, because it's funner and cooler, and like I feel like a part of doing this is motivation. So if you're considering doing it seriously, then I would say this is a good product for you, just because if you have that problem where you just can't really fully connect with your drawing because your hand is here but you're looking at the monitor, then it'll fix it. It's just, it's not like gonna magically make your art better, but I would say that it's worth it. I see a lot of people do reviews where they'll include like the screen lag or whatever, and I'll put up a I mean, at this point there's probably a video of me doing a speed paint on it. Like I filmed the tablet itself like while I was drawing on it, and I gotta apologize for the footage quality. Just I am using a webcam, so it can only focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, there's no screen lag. Like you'll see as well, like I guess I could see how it feels like you're drawing on a thick sheet of glass, and underneath the glass is where your drawing is, but I just don't feel it. Like I don't have that problem. I'm like a pretty laid back and quick to adapt person, so it just doesn't affect me, and I don't really think it affects most people. But yeah, and there's no lag because my computer is really powerful, so this gives me no issues. Like this is a perfect device. It's just freaking expensive, and there are other brands. There's those Huion ones that are like half the price, and I hear they're really good. I just haven't tried one because I'm not gonna go buy a freaking other on-screen tablet when I already have one. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I haven't tried the Huion one yet. Is because I'm satisfied with this. Like there's no point in buying a new one, and yeah, I'll just let you guys watch the little speed paint. I don't really think there's much to say about it. I'm just using Photoshop, just because I felt like using something with like no stabilizer so you could really see what's going on. But yeah, that's the Wacom 13-inch Cintiq. The one from 2013. I don't know. This isn't like a new version or anything. I've been using it for this whole time, and I am satisfied with it. But yeah, I'll just let you guys watch the rest of the video, and then we'll move on to the iPad. Okay. Now for the iPad, which isn't something that I ever would have considered buying, just because it's Apple, and Apple tends to be overpriced in my opinion for what it is. But I needed a portable, like, workstation because I travel a lot for, like, decent periods of time, and I feel like if I took a full break from art every time that I have to go to Arizona or whatever, like, I just feel like that's not efficient. So I wanted a portable workstation, and this is what I ended up going for. This is about $1,000. It's the 12.9-inch Apple iPad Pro, and let me just get this pen out of the way. I feel like it's misleading. There we go. Yeah, it's the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, and it works with the Apple Pencil. It's not the new one that just came out with, like, fancy screen adjustment and shit. Like, this is the one from 2015, and I didn't get this at the Apple Store. I'll talk about that later, because I was on, like, a budget for this kind of thing. I'm not gonna go buy it. Well, you know what? I'm getting too into it. But yeah, this is the iPad Pro, and before I get into that, I'll show you guys what I use with it, which is the Apple Pencil, and I think it's like $100, which is nothing, because you just bought an iPad, so yeah. Let me just scroll up. This is a really nice pencil. It's like the exact size of a normal pencil, but like I mentioned with the Wacom, the Cintiq pen, this is too thin for me. I can't hold this, and also the surface is really smooth and like flawless, so it's like I'll death grip my pen and my hand will like slide out of it. So what I did was I stole this grip from a Bic pen and I just put it on, and it'll take you a second to get on. Like it's like really tight, but it holds. It's really good. Honestly, it feels like this came with the pen. It charges really fast. You charge this for 15 seconds and you get half an hour out of it, which is freaking awesome. The only thing is, and when you charge it from the iPad, because you can literally, like, here, let me just, wrong side. You can take the top off to reveal, like, this little chargy thingy, and, like, if you're on the go or whatever, you just plug the pencil in like that. But I'm gonna tell you why I freaking hate this. I feel like that's gonna break off if I'm in public, or, like, if I do something, like, if it's like this for whatever reason, like off the table, like what happens if someone walks past and rips it out? Like, I feel like that'll fuck the port up and fuck the pen up, which is a lot of money, so, you know, I don't like that. I don't usually charge it like that, but, you know, it comes with a little adapter, so you can just charge it off the same wire that you charge the iPad with, so it's not really a problem, because you can get around it. What else? Yeah, when you plug it into the iPad to charge it, it doesn't actually drain the iPad's battery much. Like, this thing has a really small battery that somehow lasts a long time, so yeah. Okay, now onto the actual iPad. Like I said, this is the 12.9-inch, and this is portable for me, but it's kind of on the huge side. Like, it's almost the same size as the Cintiq, which I use at home, like at my workstation. I've heard a lot of people talk about how it's not portable enough because it's too big, but I have a little case that'll put the pen in and, like, the charger in, and if I'm really going far, like if I'm taking the plane or something, it's perfect because it keeps my stuff organized, and like I mentioned before, I'm kind of a freak when it comes to organizing stuff. It is kind of heavy. Like, I wouldn't say this is light. Well, it is light. It's just sort of heavy. I don't know, like, I wouldn't necessarily, like, if you put it in your backpack, you can feel it, you know, but it's not a big deal, like I said. It lasts a really long time, like, surprisingly long. I'll take this to work on, like, a 9 or 10 hour shift, and I'd say out of those hours, sometimes I'm not doing anything for, like, 4 or 5 hours, and I'll only use up 50% of the battery, and I'm running this on, like, full brightness, and I'm doing art on pretty big canvases, so this lasts a long time. It lasts to fly to Arizona, which I do a lot. I'm usually in airports for like 12 hours just because of like transferring flights and customs and all that crap. So it'll last me the whole time. It'll last me the time I want to draw while I'm sitting in the airport waiting, while I'm in the plane. It'll play movies, blah blah blah. Like, this is pretty much a laptop. It's perfect. Like, it's perfect. some people say it feels like a toy, like it's not really something to do serious art on, but I don't agree with that. I think it's a pretty serious and powerful tool. I mainly use PaintStorm, which is freaking amazing. I guess towards the end I'll play like a video of me drawing on this, and I'm using PaintStorm for that, and it like behaves the same exact way like any computer program would behave. And all the shortcuts are on the bottom, so you don't even need a keyboard. Like, I don't own a keyboard for this thing. I don't need it. It comes with a glossy screen, which is like kind of a huge deal breaker for me. Oh, look, you like my sister's cat. Yeah, the screen when you get it is glossy, and that's not really a thing. Like, it's really annoying to draw on, so I got a matte screen protector pretty much immediately. Also because I didn't want a super scratched screen like on the Cintiq. And this is only a year old, and like I said, it's a portable workstation, so I don't really use this at home that much. I'll draw in bed a lot, like before I fall asleep, and like watch videos and stuff on it, but it's not as heavily used, but still the screen protectors, it's doing really good. Like, I can see that it's scratched, but it's, honestly, it's fine. Like, this pencil's not gonna mess your iPad up, don't worry. Yeah, the programs I use make it so I don't really need a keyboard. Like, I use Procreate and PaintStorm pretty much only on this, and you don't need a keyboard. Like, it really is just the iPad and the pencil, and you're good to go. This portable workstation thing was kind of a gamble for me, because, like, as you all know, there's the Cintiq Companion. I mean, now they have their Workstation Pro or whatever, but in the day, like, they only had the Cintiq Companion. And I keep hearing, like, bad stories about them breaking, like, randomly. I don't know if you guys know Glitched Puppet, probably. They used to go as Purple Cacneon, but they went through, like, 2 of them or something. And, you know, they spend all their time drawing. I don't think that they're the kind of person who would, like, fucking throw it off a building and lie about it, you know what I mean? Or, recently, Ocean in Space. I'm sorry if I'm naming people and they don't like it, but I gotta get reference. But hers is like crapping out, and I know she hasn't had it for long because she used to stream a lot, and I remember when she first got it, like, I went to her live stream because I was all excited to see how it would work. So that's something, and those ones are like $2,000, which is fucking great, like really expensive for something that's just gonna break. And I don't know how the warranty is, but I mention this because this, everything together, cost me like $1,300 brand new, plus $75 at Costco because they have really good warranty. So, like, anything could happen to this, and I would get it replaced for free, which is why I'm gonna suggest that you don't get this at an Apple store. Get it at Costco. I don't know too much about the Apple warranty, but from what I did back then, because I was obviously really careful with my research because it's so expensive. But if you break it or whatever, they don't even cover everything, and if you need a new iPad, you have to pay $50 to get it. But now with the Costco one, they just kind of give it to you. And this is Costco in Canada. I don't know about the other countries, but yeah. That's why I chose this iPad. I needed like a laptop, but I didn't want a companion because they were so expensive and kind of unreliable. And I had a more reliable way to get this. And I tell you, I'm really glad I got this because I own a regular Cintiq and I use Photoshop and SpiritSai on it, so I know what I'm comparing this to, you know? So I'd say this is really good, and it's freaking half the price, so, you know, just putting it out there. Yeah, and I got this a year ago, just about, like, maybe 11 months ago, so it's not like I just got this. I have used it. I've taken it with me over Christmas and over a summer trip, and yeah, it's just great. It's freaking great. For the screen leg, just like I said on the Cintiq, there's a little bit of like you'll see in the video, but like you run your pencil across and like the line takes a sec to catch up. But I think that's like a processing thing. And it's worse if your brush is bigger, but I rarely am affected by this. Like I said, I like understand what the device is, so I'm not like expecting it to perform a miracle or anything. And I'm quick to adapt, so it's fine. Honestly, like, I don't even notice it. I did notice it. I'm not gonna lie, like, I did this demo first, which is why the colors are all screwed up if you're watching the little speed paint. The colors are all screwed up because I was, as I was drawing, I was adjusting the camera to make sure it was catching the colors properly. But you'll see it does happen, and I did notice it when I switched from this to the Cintiq right after. Yeah, so that's a thing to think about. But to me, not a big deal. It's not this is more reliable and half the price, so I'm willing to make that trade-off. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about these two things. If you have any questions or you want to know more about one thing or the other, if I said something wrong that is like not super accurate, because I don't know, I feel like maybe I would say that, because maybe I'm a little biased. I've been using this for a year and I really like it. Just let me know and I'll correct it or like answer your questions or whatever. But I hope this was like kind of interesting and maybe a little helpful. I'm sorry if I'm a little congested. Hay fever, I don't know. But yeah, I was kind of nervous about making this because I don't know how it's going to be received, but it's fine. I had fun, and I wanted to see quick little simple reviews like this when I bought this, so yeah. I hope you guys found this useful, and I'll see you guys for Sketchbook Sunday.